So thanks to Emmy's flaky logic, here I am again, collecting stuff from the art classroom for other people.
Again.
Ugh. Why is there so much shit in the art classroom we need to get?
There's not that much shit. There's a few easels, a cutting board, and some stools that look exactly like the stools in our art rooms from middle school.
The room is empty apart from ourselves and the lonely specks of dust floating in the air. Emmy skips straight away to the back wall, digging out a tiny, crumpled piece of paper from her pocket.
Tiny.
Yes. While she tries to make sense of the scrawled handwriting, I take a closer look at the materials lying around here. You know, I just thought of it. It's probably really awkward for Rin to do anything in class that involves writing.
Yeah, but
I'd never considered that before.
There are keyboards.
That would also be awkward.
Yeah, but people type with their feet all the time.
But still, it blows my mind that I'd never considered that before.
Just keep going.
Dozens of paint cans and bottles are arranged on the shelves in a most unorganized fashion. Some look like they've been left there for several decades, relics of previous art club generations. Next to the heavy stacks of neatly piled drawing paper are boxes full of different sized brushes and unsorted crayons. The smells of paint, turpentine, and fresh paper float in the stale air, mixing in my nostrils to form that unmistakable scent of art. Emmy studies her notes, comparing them to markings on the various paint cans, and passes them to me as she finds the correct matches. She stretches her neck to look on the topmost shelf, but it's not quite enough. Her eye level stays below the shelf no matter what she does. Emmy gives up and just looks at the shelf longingly, like a child at a toy store, huffing in annoyance.
Short little bastard.
After a moment of building anger, she starts jumping up and down, apparently trying to speed read the labels during the fraction of a second she can see them and catch what she can. It's no surprise that she fails miserably and almost manages to bring the entire shelf crashing down. Now I see why me lending a hand here would be useful. Come on, let me do that. You can't jump high enough. I don't want you to hurt yourself trying. Also, I'm like twice your height.
Oh, that cold. That real cold.
Yeah.
That cold right here.
You are not! She turns around, flaring scorn, flushed cheeks, and awe. Just kidding, just kidding. Anyway, I'll look up there, okay? She glares at me one more time, but can't come up with a retort. With a grudging she turns her back to me. So I begin scrounging around the top shelf for a paint, while below, Emmy crouches to scavenge what she can from the cupboards. I shake my head a little, after double-checking to ensure that she can't see me do so. Emmy having a complex about her height was a surprise. I wouldn't have joked about it otherwise. She seems easygoing, but I guess everyone has their weak spots.
Yeah, everyone has their weak spots. Firehead.
Like crotch. But only after we have almost all the items collected and spread out on the desk like a treasure hunter's spoils do I realize that it wasn't necessarily the height jab that got her riled up. She might not like to be told she can't do something, like jump. But Emmy herself seems to have forgotten all about it already. Quick to anger, quick to forgive. She's that type of person.
Yeah, she's that type of person.
At least she doesn't seem to have taken anything to heart, as she chatters away happily while we pick up the rest of the items, and then make our way back to Ren. I chivalrously carry the bulk of the materials as we make our way towards the dormitories. Ren is really stressed about getting her painting done. It's her own fault though, she should have started earlier.
No, she shouldn't. She should procrastinate like everybody else.
Is she gonna make it? No idea. It looks good to me, but with Rin, you never know what's going on.
Well, with Ren, she can start saying something like, I like monkey farts, and it'll make perfect sense.
Yeah, definitely.
I'm so tired.
I found her this morning lying in front of the dorm in a fetal position. She hadn't slept all night. I can't believe that the night nurses hadn't found her.
She doesn't look worried, she looks angry. Like, that's
Yeah.
annoying.
And now she's painting again like crazy. Yeah, I've noticed that she comes off as kinda unhinged, so to speak. Emmy giggles at that, as well as my likely too obvious awkwardness. I don't mind it. She's just a little weird sometimes.
Sometimes.
Yeah. On that I can agree with her. Unlike me, Emmy seems to be cool with friends, whatever it is that feels so off about her. Still, they don't feel close like Misha and Shizune do. Mishune and Shisha, you know, them. With them working as a single entity sometimes, it's hard to say where one ends and the other begins. Even though they're so different, just like Emmy and Rin are. And Rin is the most different of them all, different from anyone else I've ever met.
Yeah, considering they're so different, one has a disability, the other doesn't. It's so different.
Yeah, I guess she's a very unique person. I return to that word again as if it encompasses Rin's personality by itself, but really it's just a substitute for a lengthy description of her oddities. Emmy giggles as I grasp about for a properly descriptive word.
Wait,
She's just weird. You know, earlier she spent half an hour sitting on her box
I wouldn't put that
and stared at her toes. She giggles in a way that makes me think that she doesn't know what's funny about this. It just is. All that time.
Yeah. So valuable.
The working area is a mess, but the mural itself has taken over even more of the wall since I last saw it. The disfigured human figures have been mostly colored in tones of red, pink, and orange, weird imaginary things populating these spaces in between. It looks nice. Can't think of any word that would describe the work concisely and comprehensively, so I settled myself on a nondescript nice. But honestly, it seems that the area around the wall becomes untidier at the same rate as the mural progresses. The ground is littered with dozens of paint cans, various art supplies, and empty soda bottles. Rin herself is at the center of this chaos, standing there looking very cozy as if she was a natural part of the scene. Her pant legs have been rolled up to her knees, exposing her thin legs which sport a drying spectrum of war paintings, similar to those on Emmy's face. Emmy sprints to right ahead of me and gleefully jumps in front of her. I'm back!
I'm back!
Yeah,
Nom, 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 nom. Are you that tired?
I'm pretty tired.
So tired.
We are finishing Act 1 today, though, so
Oh,
fuck you.
Fuck you. You wanted to stop an hour ago.
That was fast. Did you run in the corridors again? Hisao helped me.
Lies.
Emmy points victoriously at me.
I win. I got the man, bitch. Oh, wait
Rin-
a minute.
Rin turns around following Emmy's fingers with her eyes, looking at my general direction.
I hate this world.
She nods absent-mindedly at me. She looks like she hasn't slept since last night, a vacant glazed stare that's focused slightly off me,
But
and movements like in a slow-motion movie.
Wait, she just said she did sleep last night in the fetal position in the middle of nowhere.
But she looks like she hasn't. Hello, Hisao. Thank you for the help. Don't mention it. I just did.
Ooh, she right there. She mentioned it already. Too late.
Never
Prod.
You know, I just said about finishing Act 1.
Mm-hmm.
We don't have to do that if you don't want.
We're doing it. No, do it, bitch.
Honestly, like, I'm getting
It's
kind of
gonna
tired
take
of this.
15 minutes. Just do it.
It's gonna take like fucking an hour because we move so slowly.
Just keep doing
I'm getting really tired of this.
it. Keep going. We'll stop when we go to sleep. Just keep going.
We stop like when we get to the day of the festival.
Yeah, when we go to sleep.
Okay. Looks like you've made progress. Looking good as far as I can tell. But now you got more bad luck. I know, I'm ready to take the risk. That's a very nice thing to say. For me, of course. Not for you.
But you don't get to be nice.
This is why artists are always unlucky. They have to constantly look at their unfinished paintings.
Constantly.
So artists can't find romance, their favorite TV shows are cancelled, or they die young because of an unspecified disease.
Yeah, it's
The
called
deep-
drugs.
It's a deep and mysterious law of the universe.
Or cocaine. That works too.
Unless they are blind. She considers this for a while, looking like she's going to fall asleep. There's a boy.
Oh, not the boy.
At the art club, you see. Blind boy, so he doesn't see.
Can I slap her now?
Can I slap right now?
No, can I slap her now?
Oh, I thought you said, can I slap?
I should fall
You already
asleep.
told me. I glance sideways at Emmy, and she glances back in a way that tells me she has heard this before. Close enough. Neither of us say anything to Rin, though. So she continues her monotone soliloquy, an unfunny stand-up comedian. He should become an artist. No bad luck, guaranteed.
Lies.
Don't you think that would be a good idea? That only blind people should become... Oh, that only blind people should become an artist? No, not as such. You might have a point. Abandoning this train of thought, she turns again to consider her work and starts humming a tune that I think I recognize but can't remember the name of. Emmy arranges the supplies we brought and moves a few paint cans around, trying to bring some organization to the scene. Emmy, I need the Prussian blue paint.
Persian.
Prussian.
Persian.
Which one's Prussian blue? She's staring helplessly at 7 or 8 cans, each with a different tone of blue. It's the one with the Prussian blue paint in it. Jeez, Ren, you're not helping at all. I look around as well, even though I don't know what Prussian blue looks like either. I wonder what blue has to do with Prussia. Or what Prussia even is. The name sounds vaguely familiar, but I can't place it. While none of the blues look more Prussian than the others, the small print on the labels is legible enough to determine that none say anything about the contents being Prussian.
Persian.
There is no Prussian blue here.
There's no Persian blue here. Yeah.
I don't get what you're saying.
Nothing. It's actually a Russian word.
We need to get more then. I open my mouth to say that actually we're not both needed for such a simple task, like finding another pot of Prussian blue. But Emmy's already grabbed my arm and started dragging me off. I wave to Rin, who doesn't seem to have noticed that the two of us are even leaving. Well, she'll notice when she goes for a Prussian blue and finds out it's still not there.
But there's
Maybe.
a transition.
Maybe.
Pause.
Probably not, actually. Here we can leave off.
And we're go.
Okay, I'm just gonna start. While I'm busy thinking of how... Okay.
And we begin.
And it begins. While I'm busy thinking of how weird Rin is, Emmy's been dragging me back to the art classroom. I feel myself starting to run out of breath. What's the rush? Huh? Emmy's giving me an appraising look, as if she's trying to figure something out. It's just that you seem to be in a hurry. I'm not sure I can keep up. Comprehension draws on her face. You're not out of breath, are you? There's almost an accusing playfulness to her tone. I'm tempted to deny it, but then I realize I've been breathing heavy since we stopped. Guess it's kind of obvious. Oh my god, walking more than a mile an hour. Okay.
I'm gonna die.
You
Yeah.
a little. Not everyone can be in shape, you know. Takes all kinds, right? Emmy frowns. It's not a particularly good frown. I can't think of very many good frowns. Or that is, I should get in shape? Not that I hadn't already decided to try for that. After that flutter on the track, I'd figured there's a real need to get in some sort of a running habit.
Running? I thought he said to walk.
Nope.
Just
He decided to run because he's crazy. I don't know. Because that's what this path is about, get over it. I was, after all, feeling pretty good until I had my false alarm.
False alarm.
Well, actually I wasn't. But it was fun? Maybe? Hello, Dad. This is a book, basically, but it's a book of pictures, and I'm reading it out loud with Anthony, and we're putting it on the internet. It's a good book. It's hard
You guys can hear that. The lights went out. It's scary. The lights are
Yes.
scary.
Well, it's not really video, it's a series of pictures.
It's pictures that
'Cause-
move and yell at you.
This is a game that's downloaded on my computer. Like, I downloaded this from the internet, it's on the computer.
Oh my god.
Well, yeah, except that it's called a visual novel. So yeah, it's like I'm taking the cutscenes of the game, but the game's pretty much all cutscenes because it's more like a book
It's
with
like a pop-up
pictures.
book. Tell them it's like a pop-up book that moves. Derek, tell him. You're a lazy hipster.
Yes, and I'm. Yes. I know. Of that. Yes. Actually, I'm doing all the parts because Anthony's dyslexic.
Yeah, and I don't have any sort of emotion.
Just be a co-commentator. Make jokes about things. You know.
It's comedy.
Yes. Like we're actually recording right now. Yeah. This may or may not end up getting cut out.
No, I'm making its
Yeah.
own episode.
Probably, honestly, it probably depends on whether or not the mic can pick you up.
It can't pick him up. It
Unless
just
you're not
can't
okay
pick
with
him up.
that, in which case we can cut it out.
It can't even pick him up.
I don't know. It's because it's mildly amusing.
Hey, it gets more views than anything else on our channel.
Okay. That's because there's barely anything else on the channel.
Well, it's just my
It's like-
Minecraft.
Yeah, exactly.
Though Liam's reviews did better.
Yes. And then you yelled at him for the tags, so you fixed them, and then they got worse views.
No, they didn't.
Yes, they did. Anyway. It was fun. Meanwhile, my comment seems to have helped Emmy come to some sort of a decision. Well, that's it then. She gives me a serious look. You're joining me.
God damn it! I love acting.
Pausing. I
I
beg your pardon? In the mornings. You and I are now
okay.
running partners.
Wait. This doesn't sound any better.
No, it's so much better, don't you know? I've got a routine all planned out. In fact, she produces a crumpled sheet of paper. In fact, I've already written it down because I'm creepy and stalking you. I've had this plan from the beginning. That's Emmy's new voice. I've got it right here with me. Woo!
No, I'm not listening to that for the rest of the day.
The rest of the whole path.
No, get back to freaking normal voice.
I take the sheet of paper and give it a once-over. Times, dates, and laps all laid out. A slow increase from just a few laps a day to... My god, does she expect to have me running marathons?
Yes, she does.
Where'd she find the time to get all this together? And how long has she been planning this anyway? You've been planning this? A little. But it's really the nurse's idea. That doesn't really help. That
doesn't
makes it a
help
little bit
at
more
all.
creepy.
Well, actually, it makes it seem like there's good intentions behind this.
I don't know, I'd rather have Emmy creeping on me than the nurse.
Yeah, but the nurse is the nurse. He's supposed to creep
But-
on you. It's his job.
But you know what I mean.
Yes, I do.
He told me to keep an eye on you to make sure you exercise like he told you to.
Oh, he always keeps one eye on me.
And the other eye on Emmy.
No, because his eyes usually half closed.
Yeah. A vast conspiracy? Maybe
Yes.
Kenji's onto something here.
But she's the only girl trying to control you. Remember that. Remember that.
In this path.
Shut up.
This seems a bit much for just keeping an eye on me. Well, to be honest, I've been trying to find a running partner in the mornings for a while now.
Yeah, they all left.
Yeah. My god, Kenji, if only you could see the scheme unfolding. So much feminism.
God damn you, Kenji. Why were you right?
Dude, what made my life was earlier today, Tommy, who I just gave Tommy a USB with this on it because his installer wasn't working. So, and this morning he just Skyped me, Andy, why is Kenji such a badass? Yes, it worked. And he's like, I want to play. He's like, I don't want to play anything but this game for the entire weekend, but posted IP weekend.
Yeah, but
He's like, I'd rather play this than League, but there's an IP boost, so I can't.
don't forget your math teacher. Don't
Yeah.
forget.